We who solve mystery become mystery. Alchemical wisdom handed down through the ages, and now graffiti in the sterile men's toilets at the Lima airport. Scrawled, no doubt, by one of the tourists waiting out in the food court. Outside, milling under the ubiquitous gaze of security cameras, are colourful new age souls, middle-aged academics, and passengers that give you that odd conspiratorial smile that says, yes, we're here for the Shaman Conference. And here we are, chowing down on McDonald's and Donut King, getting our last hits of civilization before hitting the jungle city of Iquitos and shamanic boot camp. It feels like some whacked-out reality TV show, a generational snapshot of a new psychedelic wave just before it breaks. Bright-eyed Westerners about to die and be reborn in the humid jungles of Peru, drinking the hallucinogenic brew, ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is a plant medicine that has been used by the indigenous people of South America for millennia to heal physical ailments and, they claim, to cleanse and purify the spirit. It was discovered by the West in 1851 when the legendary British botanist Richard Spruce explored the Rio Negro basin and was introduced to the vine by the Tokanoan Indians. Spruce gave the vine its scientific name, Banisteriopsis caapi. In different areas of South America, it is also known as yahe or huasca. For a while in the mid-20th century, chemists who isolated the active properties of the vine called their compound telepathine. Research showed it contained various harmala alkaloids, which are then boiled up in a brew also called ayahuasca, with a multitude of other plants, one being the leafy Psychotria viridis, which contains the powerful hallucinogenic chemical dimethyltryptamine, also known as DMT. On its own, the vine is only orally active at very high doses, but it does contain potent MAO monoamine oxidase inhibitors that overpower the body's own enzymes and allow the DMT to potentiate. Science has made cautious forays into the jungle to study the vine in its native setting, or, as with the Huasca Project in the 1990s, to study church members of groups like the UDV, who drink ayahuasca as part of their syncretic Christian jungle religion. What they found was that regular ayahuasca use flushed the brain clean and improved receptor sites, suggesting the vine could be a medicinal goldmine. But what science cannot explain is the psychic effect of this mother of all plants, the sense of the numinous and the spiritual world it reportedly opens up. Those who drink say that each ayahuasca journey is unique. The spirit of the vine comes alive, it guides and teaches, and on the other side, nothing is ever the same, or so they say. The native men and women who safeguard the knowledge of the vine and of the spirits it is said to reveal are the curanderos and the curanderas, or as the West would call them, shamans. Their role has been that of healer, priest, and traveller between worlds, acting as intermediaries between the spiritual dimension and this world on behalf of their patients. Yet the demands of the work and the rise of Western materialism throughout South America have seen a fall in prestige and customers for the curanderos. The profession, usually hereditary, was in danger of extinction before an unprecedented wave of Western gringos started coming in search of ayahuasca and the healing it can provide. Over the last 20 years or so, a new gringo trail, this one a journey of the soul, has been blossoming in the jungles of South America. Seekers and thrill seekers alike have been coming from the West for a reconnection to the deeper reality shamanism connects one to, and bringing back amazing stories of hallucinogenic trips, healing and enlightenment. Indigenous shamanism has quickly become the most profitable business in town, and numerous jungle lodges and retreats have sprung up across South America to cater to the influx of rich tourists. This has spilled over onto the internet as hundreds of ayahuasca websites, chat rooms and forums have emerged to crystallise a global subculture, engaging with an indigenous spiritual practice and seeding it back to the Western world. And here I was, a 36-year-old freelance journalist, reporting on an academic-style gathering with a pronounced twist. It was all about Amazonian shamanism with a hands-on component. With its entrepreneurial blend of spirituality and capitalism, the second Amazonian Shaman Conference may be the perfect mix of paradigms. It bills itself as a gathering of curanderos, scientists, and interested members of the public who have a yearning for indigenous spirituality. Kevin is a long-haired gringo from San Francisco in his late 30s with angelic good looks and hazel eyes. He's been wandering the world and learning about indigenous medicines for over a decade, training for 2 years in an intensive dieta with medicinal plants at the famed Sachamama Ethnobotanical Gardens outside Iquitos. Kevin had followed through on the shaman's path that I and other ayahuasca seekers like me were just beginning to tread. He was a seed brother, and in his example there was a burning promise that if he could bridge the worlds, we all could. The cultural firewall that kept the shamanic reality separate from the West could be lifted.
In this Amazonian system, human beings are trained by the higher energetic selves of plants and trees. Thus I entered this process of shamanic initiation, if you will, in the Amazonian system. Basically, the higher energetic selves, the spirits, if you will, the plants, enter into an agreement, a relationship with the student, the human student. They work on a physical level. We have a physical body, but we also have energetic bodies associated with the 7 major chakras in our body. So on an energetic level, the higher energetic selves, the spirits of the plants, come and they heal us, they remove blockages. They clean our soul, if you will. They also prepare us. They organize the lines of energy, the rivers of light that flow through our body. They untangle these lines, and then they help to open up these centers so that we have different abilities. For instance, the ability to talk to plants and trees, or to see different vibrational dimensions.
Strange to think that in the first decade of the 21st century, I would be heading to the Peruvian jungle in search of a connection to the primal consciousness that indigenous wisdom revealed. Yet, in a world of global warming and environmental collapse, it seemed all the more urgent to reconnect with the planet in a visceral way. Nowadays, we're all part of the story, and getting down and dirty in the far crevices of consciousness was a prospect I was relishing. But what was the business of spirituality doing to all these backpacking ayahuasca seekers that dared to journey into the mysteries of creation? And what did it say about the growing Western need for an authentic reconnection to the planet? Ayahuasca was a mystery to me, and I got the feeling that many of the ayahuasca seekers were in the same boat. We were all chasing the root of the vine, eager for the secrets she might provide, but like children in the ways of the spirit. The ayahuasca network appears to cut across race, social class and gender, a secret society of plant worshippers, all united by the common experience of this potent hallucinogenic. And through them, the ayahuasca vine was spreading her tendrils across the world, and a genuine archaic revival was underway. My bags were packed, the jungle beckoned, and the ancient mystery of the rainforest awaited. I wanted in on it.
Las alabanzas a la ayahuasca y tú amigo, ¿por qué no canta las alabanzas a la ayahuasca?